Right, Ledgers, welcome to Bitcoin for Ledgers live weekly stream. Before I start, I want to thank our partner, Prime XPT, for making this happen. So, before we continue, we get the disclaimers out of the way with. Hope you all had a good weekend. So, Prime XPT are the ones that sponsor the stream, so you guys get it for free. If you use the link if you use the link in the description and then code TraderSZ, you can get up to 7k in deposit bonus and 25 discount on commissions if you use these codes. So if you like the streams and you want to tell Prime to continue them, then use the link, check them out. With Prime, not only can you trade crypto, but you can also trade FX, commodity stock indices, and many others. Okay, so you can check out their platform. Many updates coming about as well. So yeah, so let's get stuck straight in. We are heading in towards month end. Okay, when we're heading in towards month end, we take things a bit easy. Okay, sticking to the level to level plans. Now, if you recall from the last streams, we worked out really well. In the shorts, we spoke about this. Bomboclat dropped. That was our target, wasn't it? Main one was here. It just ended up nuking straight through. And then I said level to level heat. So once that broke, lower time frame, trigger, cut down and reclaim, target one, target to hit, and we're done. And I did end up closing 2/3 on my swing. Still got a third left. Why? Because, just to explain why I exited most, was because I had a plan to get back in. Remember when I said before, if you have a plan to get back in, you don't need to FOMO then. At least you bank something and you know how to get back in. Therefore, you don't give back gains. What if this is the bottom? You know? So this support area is still key support. However, if we did confirm the deviation, then we can always get back in, can't we? And then play that range. Well, let me draw that properly. But play the lower range then. Okay? No problem whatsoever. Take out these stops. So that's one range. And that's one range. And for all those getting all excited here, ETF this, ETF, fuck you. That's gave you the middle finger. Trading the chart is the ultimate truth. Okay, so let's step back a little. And what's going on? So if we go to the quarterly, and let's take it simple. Okay, it's only a couple of days left. The main review, more detail one I can do once the monthly closes. But a lot can happen from now until a month closes. There's only about 2-3 days left. So Bitcoin, anything can happen in an hour. But as it stands, and then let's draw some sort of mid-range out as well. And the mid-range comes in at 28,115.97. Let's just see how it affects it. 28,115.97. 8,115.97. Okay. I'm just running for the sake of it, but let's give the outer boundary some girth. Okay. There. Get thick. And then we do this. Okay. So, as we can see from this chart, just keep it simple. Firstly, before the candlestick on its own, you gotta look at context, right? This is how I look at context, which I repeat nearly every single stream. We got this. High time of context, this resistance zone. Okay? So you wicked into these areas, then push back up, wicked, rallied up, consolidated, broke down. So whatever it did here, it's doing the opposite here now. We went into it, sold off. Went into it, it's selling off. Until it smashes back above here, then I can say, okay, that's a deviation done. That becomes the deviation. Then we go higher. First target, that's just the easy, obvious target. And then possibly around here. We'll deal with that when the time comes. But my point being, once this box is reclaimed, then I can start talking about swing longs. I can only talk about swing longs at possible range lows or break of SR. I can't talk about swing longs at resistance now, can I? No. So, having said that, then I look at the candles. Okay. And let's go back to that quarterly. So we've taken out previous quarter high. We're now at quarterly low. Well, towards previous quarterly. And some of the futures exchange, they have taken out the low. But we're just going to go with this chart. I don't think it's done yet. Usually there's one more. It hasn't, according to this chart. Okay? And whether that's a deviation or continuation, I don't know. I don't give a fuck either. Okay? Matters not. Now you can also throw in this SR level here. Okay? We know that's key. Let's just see if that's on the anything on the higher time, lower time frame. You know, I don't know yet. We get that mid-range point there. So let's zoom into the monthly. Now looking at the monthly, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. If we look at this, we've had two attempts to push up higher. This candle here, we should have gone. After the pullback here, we should have gone. Why is it going all the way back down? Ask yourself that. Okay? Yeah, okay, one could say, well, it's come to here. Now, this is still key support. I will not argue that. Hence why I closed most there. Forget the shit posting. I always say, I'm going to be logical about the market. I'm here to make money. I'm not here to marry a bias, up or down. And I was longing. I was one of the few that longed it here, by the way. Let's make that sense. And live as well. Go look at my feed. I did take a one stop out here. And the second attempt, boom, clout all the way up. I longed it here. I did not long this leg up here, but so what? The amount I made there is probably more than most. Anyways, having said that, we got that factor. We've also got this trend line. I mean, depending on how you draw it, really. I mean, I don't know. Some people draw it like this. Does it really matter? I don't know. It doesn't really matter how you draw it. I mean, there's lots of variations, I guess. This is why sometimes the trend line, unless it's obvious, you know, it's there's many. Let's just go with this for now. Okay. We're breaking down. I'm going with this. So like you can see that breakdown. You know, fuck this shit. Why am I getting stressed out about this one? Because it's broken, fam. It's done. It's handled. But that's still key support. So if it breaks down and holds, then I'm going to look for shorting opportunities towards here. Okay? And then possibly towards that high. If it does one of these ones, rallies up, and then gets back below, that's the midpoint. See how this, when it came here, this area previously, it rallied up to there, smacked back down. It deviated. Once it deviated, short trigger, smack down. I'll zoom in on this at the lower time frame. Short trigger, smack back down. And that's the range, that's half, one half. And then that's the second half. So, let's go down further. I'm doing this very, very simple. No need to complicate it. Okay? So there, you can see that swing failure. So this was like a deviation of SR, as you can see. So there, right at quarterly level. So deviation, swing short, take out these lows. That's the main target. So if once the breakdown trigger, if it doesn't give us the breakdown trigger, then I mean, I'm guessing we'll see what the price action looks like heading into it. Rally up, and then once it deviates back below, same exact thing, back down again. If it was to reclaim and hold above here and then break upwards, then that's not bullish then. And then I'll go towards there, first target here, and then there. And if you think about it, zooming out, forget everything else, within the range. The only thing that makes me feel like it's gonna go this time is the context. What the monthly is shaping up to be. You understand? The monthly and the quarterly. That's why. Because it looks like it's done the consolidation phase and possibly roll over. However, if it does reclaim the midpoint, I will long. Otherwise, I will look to sell rallies within the range until proven otherwise. And that is all. Let's zoom in now for some lower time from context on this. Same levels as before, same maze range. Okay. If we look, we initially had that rally up. Okay. So where's the next objective? I would say this low here. Okay. And let's on this time frame, let's just draw in this. The short-term objective, okay? Here. Okay, I'm not going to go for anything big. Let's just go for level-to-level trades. Remove that, too much girth on that. So that's June low, okay? So short-term, one is the breakdown scenario, okay? So we know that's the target. There's going to be three possible opportunities. One, the mid-range, which comes in around there. Maze mid-range, which lines up with the quarterly mid-range, more or less. We're not going to argue that, okay? I mean, I'm going to do like that trend line there. Fuck that shit. There we go. That's better. So, one is play below the maze range, trend continuation. So I'm just gonna mark out the easy peasy plays, and I have a system in place to give me what's my trigger. Okay, so I did show, we talked about this before. I posted about it, deviation, and hit the maze low is capping the downside, so I've got to keep it level to level. So that's hit my target. I play this twice. So if it breaks down and holds, upside daisy. Hang on, let me just get the other target in mind, just in case. And let me extend this as well. Yeah, there we go. It's better. So break down, hold below, trigger, target 1, target 2, and I'm done. Okay, probably want to in 4K possibly, but I'm just going for easy targets level to level because it's month end. The rest you can just leave a portion in to hold, and you can get the trigger from what I explained at the start. Scenario 2, the pullback trigger. That's trend continuation. If it doesn't give you the pullback, well, we got this box here that has been tested. If it rallies up, and then deviates and holds, there's my trigger. I will cut it on a reclaim back above whatever the high is. Target 1, target 2. Okay, clear set trigger plans. I don't know if it's going to go down from here. I don't know if it's going to pull back. All I know is I'm playing them at the boundaries. Okay? In case of a scam pump, which could happen, I am open to those scam pumps. Okay? Where the mid-range should read more or less cap it, because if it gets above the mid-range, I've explained before what happens, it goes up. Alright? The mid-range is the key pivot for this. As I explained here, see that there? The deviation level. So, if it rallies up, just like here, it rallied up from before here, it could do that. I didn't know. But I take my profits at extreme ends. If it's going to go low, I get back in. If it rallies up, I get back in. See that there? That's what you do. It's as simple as that, really. But the hard part is, you can't fucking stick to your rules. Why? Because you're a pussy. You're an undisciplined pussy. And if you can't have basic discipline, you shouldn't be trading. Full stop. That's it. Nothing more to it. Anyway, let's carry on. Deviation. Why? That tells me it doesn't want to continue higher. Trigger. Let's give a level to level target. See it. Target 1, target 2. So come on. Target 3. Target, target, and target. We're done. Okay. Full stop. The rest, I'm going to see how the structure looks like if it wants to go higher. And once the structure looks like, then I'm going to get back in. But for now, I think it goes lower from here. Who knows? Who knows? I'm going to breeze through this. I ain't going to take time on this. Because I've already explained what the extreme ends are. That's the extreme end, and let's just call this the easy peasy extreme end to the downside range. We are technically below the mid range. All we need to focus on, so we're at the mid range point now. See that there? More halfway point, we're below that. So all I'm going to focus on now that we know the context, same with BTC, we don't need to know more. And I've repeated it nearly every single stream. So let's just go straight in. So I want to teach you a little concept here that I look for, or a little pointer that I personally look for. So you see this here that I've circled, that's what we're going to zoom in on. So this takes me back to where I was looking for longs previously, down here. I mean, I longed this area, yes, I even longed here. You get me? Perma bulls that buy the tops are in disbelief that actually do long, but when the time comes. So, having said that, look at this, right? That was range high previously there. So this was a range before. Okay, I'm going to mark that up. Okay? That's what I'm going to focus on. This was a range that I played. One deviated. Once it came back below, I took a long. I took a long here previously, but once it deviated back above permanently, confirmed, then I added. I went all the way up. Okay, so having said that, we are now back below here. That's a deviation. Well, my target will be here. As long as it stays up below here, as long as no clean reclaim. So here, when it deviated, retest to range lows. That's it. And okay, extended targets there, but just the high probability target. Deviated, range lows. So now that's back below that, I want to also point out, previously, when it does deviate, a sharp move down, back up. Sharp move down, the sharp move back up. Sharp move down, sharp move back up. Look at this. It's holding below. It's starting to break down, fam. So one could say, well, I could enter here, I'd cut in a clean reclaim back above here, target here, and I'm done. Handled. Maybe target 2 here if it's going to extend it. I'm happy with that. Majority, trail the rest. Let's see if the rest get taken. It's as simple as that. If it was to reclaim back above here, we'll see what the Bitcoin's saying. Maybe squeeze higher, I don't know. I will have to reassess. But the point being, I will time with Bitcoin because Bitcoin looking cleaner. But also, it leads me to believe that on its own merit, right? Having said what I've just said for is holding below here, makes me also think maybe Bitcoin doesn't push up then. You see what I mean? I got a good case for it as well. So sometimes Ethereum may give you the cleaner picture for what Bitcoin could do. Because they both can go down together, aren't they? So something to think about. And that's what I'm going to do for ETH. That's all you need. I'll go to the lower time frame quick. We got the range levels there. We're below the range level as well. So if I wanted a simple, easy way of approaching, so that there's a mid-range level here that aligns perfectly with the target. So all we do, bish bash bosh, take that, and go. Mom's tits. There we go. Oh, I can't do this properly. What? There we go. Okay. So one is okay in case it does the scam pump it, and then once it deviates back below, that's back below the range high. Trigger, cutting a clean break above, target, 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 trigger, target, target. The all target areas. Or if it comes back from down from here, I'm already in from here if you recall. Okay, I did post about it. Trigger, short term, because that is a SLO, but I'd expect here. Breakdown, cutting a reclaim back above the trend line, clean reclaim. I'm going for there, and I'm done. That is all. And these levels have been drawn out in previous reviews. Now let's go over some alts. Now, I am, obviously you all know I'm in MATIC short. Okay, my stops are break even. I explained this previously in the previous review. Now, the reason why I've got it at break even now is because last week's Monday's mid-range is here. And it's tested it made a double top. So if it's going to go down, it's going to go down from here. Because if it comes back up to my entry, most likely it's going to squeeze higher. If it squeezes higher, I'll take the breakout at break even. We'll milk the fuck out of this last time as well, if you recall. Well done, lads. So if I look at this, rally it up, deviate, and once it deviates, there's my short trigger, target, target. Now, looking at the higher time frame, it is, you can't deny the inevitable. The inevitable cannot be denied. We are most likely going a lot slower. Now, what do I mean by that? We look at it on a weekly basis. What's changed? Maybe a little pullbacks for the new month, but bigger picture doesn't change. Okay, towards here. Okay, fair short term there, but trend continuation towards there. So that's why I put them at break even for now. So if you look at that, and a higher time frame, unless it reclaims that, we're going lower. Now with the stuff like Bitcoin, if Bitcoin bounces, then obviously all alts will bounce. Then I will go for the deviation play, pullback deviation play, which is so this is a break even now. I will tweeted about it. And yes, shout out to PrimeXBT for sponsoring this. Check out the link in the description to show support. If you use the link and then you sign up, and then you go to the settings, you put in the code, and then deposit, you get the bonus. Okay, and that will tell them you want these streams to continue. Okay, that's the pullback plan. That will obviously time with BTC. This may update, maybe squeezes a bit more, but for now, that's the key flipping point. If that squeezes up higher. Now the other play is the trend continuation. If you don't want to get involved in the middle here, I have clear rules for the middle, as I've explained. That's why I put it at break even quick. Would be clean break and hold below. That's a break of the trend line, break of last week's Monday's range. Let's see if Ethereum breaks down as well. Looks similar to Ethereum, doesn't it? Towards here, and then the 3.16 level. Okay. Continuing on now to INJ. Oopsie daisy. Pepe worked out nicely, didn't it, from last stream? Excuse me. So, looking at this, okay. Now there's a few of you upset. Good. These are the facts. We're below this mid-range. That's the range low. And this is April's range, I believe. Go to the month. Yeah, this monthly candle here. Low to high. Then the... get my words twisted. Drawn out April's mid-range. We're below the mid-range. Oopsie daisy. What's going on? So, let's make it simple. Forget range levels. Let's look at pure SR. You cannot argue pure SR. Natural pure SR in its truest form. Range high. Lovely clean lows. Look at those clean lows. Now this is not me bullish bearish. All this is not doing nothing. I may be bullish here. I actually bought around $1-2. I mean, you don't know that. I bought around a spot bag. I cashed out my spot bag. I'm going for the longs again. And all my shorts have been, I got stopped out a couple of times before, but deviation, short. deviation, short. You can even long it there if you want. Deviation, short, but all it's doing is ping pong within this range. And then you get people for tweet making up a lies. A lot of people, you know, when people say, I've been DM'd a lot about this. No, you haven't been DM'd. Nobody's DM'd you. You've just made that up. You just want an excuse to say your opinion. Oh, I see a lot of people getting bearish. You ain't seen nobody bearish. You just seen my tweet. And it triggers your emotions. It raises your estrogen levels. Testosterone drops. You grow a vagina. And you start getting emotional about your bag. You understand? Listen to me. That's what your dad is saying to you. Oh, no, I don't know about your dad, but if you're acting like that. But anyways, my point being is it's just a range play. Okay? That's it. So don't drop your fundamentals. Your fundamentals don't matter when the market is in a range. Fundamentals don't matter when Bitcoin's getting smashed. Fundamentals don't matter when the market's not ready. Fundamentals matter when it's on a bull run already. Then the strong ones rally the hardest. But you making up your emotional shit because you ain't got a clue. I'm going to take advantage. I am going to take all your money. And you're probably going to capitulate here, which I'm probably going to buy then. If it does this, you're going to capitulate. I'm going to wait for the reclaim. I'm going to step in. And I'm going to start commenting to you. This project looks really strong and I've seen a lot of bears capitulating. Right here. I'm going to come to the same people that done that. I'm going to milk the fuck out of here. Probably buy a new supercar. Probably buy a few cigars. And your missus probably see the pictures on my Twitter and leave you. And that's all. Anyways, let's carry on now. Let's add some more FUD. Not FUD, we'll fight the trend line. A lot of people arguing, saying, I'm FUDing this market. Okay. Who's FUDing the market, me or the trend line? Look at this. Look at the evil trend line. Look at this evil trend line FUDing the market. You know what you need to do? You need to take a lawsuit against the trend line. And say, why is the trend line there fucking my market? Each time on this time frame when it breaks down, a higher time from daily, look what it does. Massive sell-off. Trendline break, after a range, sell off. After a range, sell off. Oh no, this is actually a bigger range than most. Oh wait, what would be wrong with this? I mean, you're bullish, right? That's a reaccumulation for you. I'm doing you a favor. That'd be a reaccumulation zone. Now, I'm not even going towards there. I'm just going towards the clean lows, halfway point. Now, to stop you getting a hard stack, I'm just going for here. But it could go there. If BTC is going low, you think this is going to change? Look at previous sell-offs. I've just stopped here. I just stopped. I mean, when that broke here, it carried on even more. Now, this is an easy sell. The market is dropping, and that's it. So if you want to fight anybody, if you want to argue anybody, go argue against the trend line. It's a blue trend line as well. So if blue is not your favorite color, then you get even more problems. But anyways, argue the trend line. Don't argue with me. I'm not telling the market what to do. The trend line is, see that there? Look at that. Look at that. Another one, just to rub it in. There. Oh, look. Another one. You get my picture. On this time frame, when these break after a big consolidated period. And I'm only going towards there. So, yeah. But knowing the market and the more emotional the community is, probably go towards here. Yeah. But anyways, let's move on now. So, OP hit our targets, if you remember. dy by dx. So what I'm doing, if we get a run up there like this and then drop back down, then I will look for the short, target 1, target 2, and that's just the range play. I want to see the stops run. If it doesn't give me a stop run, fuck it. I don't care. I've got plenty to get on with. Rune, as you all know, okay, if not already on board this, it's a basic range play as well. And if I look on the higher time frame, just zoom out a bit, okay, it's a straightforward play. Okay, it's just a range play. Okay, if you can't trade, then it's okay. But you coming to me crying at range highs, says you can't trade, stick to spot hodling. There's nothing wrong with that. You just can't trade. Not everybody's a to trade. Actually, here, right in this region here. Okay, it's got loads of touches. Just ping pong deviation. Sell off. So resistance there, sell off. Resistance there, sell off. There, deviation, sell off. We would anticipate the market to go here. And maybe if it deviates, reclaims, rally back up then. That's it. That's what it is. We're crying for. Anyways, we are hammering this nicely. So, a couple of ways if I was already on board. is last week's Monday trend line. If it doesn't nuke from here, so if we reclaim back above this yellow trend line here, I will look to cut and expect a squeeze higher. That depends on what Bitcoin does. Otherwise, if I were to add either here, deviate, maybe sorry, done the deviation here. Okay, so I've entered a small added there. I mean, I initially where did I sold? I can't remember. I sold higher up. It's on my timeline where I've sold. Actually started scaling in there, added more there, added my final there, and it dropped. Took some day trade separate. And then milk this the fuck out again. I'm just trade different. I'm built different. Fuck's sakes. I'm just built different for the markets. There. Anyways. Now, if I want to play the second half of this, and if it wasn't already on board, so either that or trend continuation, what would the objective be? That high there. So it would be a basic breakdown and hold. And that becomes support, becomes a resistance, target, possibly target there. And then maybe longs. Who knows? Okay. BNB, as you know, I'm already in my swing short BNB for ages. It's basically after 220. Look at this. I mean, come on. Looking at this time frame, it's hard to say this is not going to take out these lows here. Okay, last year's lows. Below the yearly open, and that's it. I mean, it could go lower, who knows. I'm out here, well, maybe. I'm not, but who cares? I can always get back in. Majority, I'm out there, and then we'll see what happens after that. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? Sometimes, all you need is that time frame, and it tells you all you need to know. Look at the quarterly, it's looking shite. Let's look at the monthly. Unless things change, it's looking shite. Repeat after me. It's looking shite. There we go. You feel better now, don't you? You let it out. You let reality out of the system. That's it. So, there. And then, clean lows. Let's go. Now, if it does reclaim back up the trend line, that's a different story then. Then, fuck it off. I'm not interested then. Move on to the next one. What? One last up? I know how much I'm losing. I've milked it from there. If you remember, I called the short there. We've milked this short. What more do you want? Okay. So, looking at this time frame now, you can see basic SR region. So, zooming in now, where's my objective? 200 and then 183 or 184, depending on what feed you're using. Basically there. So, if this stops me out, okay, that's my validation. I don't mind the squeeze. But say if it stops me out, I know this is previous range highs. I'll wait. And if it stops me, I'll wait for the deviation then. Trigger. Then there's the invalidation. And then I'll go for the true target. Target. I'm done. Okay? I know if I get stopped, I know I'm just going to lose. I got no problem with that. It's trading. You're working probabilities. And that's it. I hope that helped. That's all I've got for now. Take care. I want to say big thanks to Prime XBT. They're the ones that sponsor this. So if you like what you get and you're learning, you can show support by using the link in the description and using the code TraderSZ. Take care. Have a fantastic week. And I'll catch you guys in the new month. Okay? Stay safe.